Hey guys, welcome to my Survivor speed build. This was built in preparation for my Survivor in the Sims 4 video, so make sure to go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Currently, I'm making the tribal council area. I'm trying to determine how high to make the tent and like the roof texture and stuff to make it fit in with the island theme. This build is being built on the island lot in Sulani. And here I am putting the chairs down for all 8 of the Sims that are going to be competing. I made the red team and the blue team. The reason I decided to do this build is because Survivor was a show that I watched a lot growing up with my parents. And it's just like been a part of my life for a very long time. So I thought it'd be really fun to recreate it with the Adventure Awaits expansion pack. Because you can do custom venues and you can even do game show kind of things. Like in the trailer for Adventure Awaits, they showed something that looked like Love Island. And then now in this part, I'm making the voting area. So the voting area is normally secluded off from the rest of the people sitting at Tribal, so that the Sims can cast their votes in private without anyone seeing. I'm just trying to figure out like if I wanted to make a little like closed off room there or whatever, but I thought that it would look better if it was like made out of plants so it looked natural. And then there's the little voting box there that I'm trying to position right now that normally the host, Jeff Probst, reads the votes out of, and the Sims like go over there and write their votes down. So I was trying to find some sort of paper. The best I could find was a piece of newspaper with a pen. So here I am turning it to nighttime. Then I wanted to put up some sort of lanterns or fairy lights behind them in Tribal Council. I also want tiki torches up around the whole place because it's very like Survivor-esque, because they always say that fire represents life, and normally the contestants bring a torch to camp and light it. So that's why there's also that fire pit there in the Tribal Council area. And then back to daytime now. I'm currently going to be setting up the competition area. So this is like the puzzle challenge area. They're going to compete in puzzle games against each other. And I'm putting some foliage and some trees around it. And then this is going to be the camp area. So I'm just setting up those bushes that are going to serve as their bathroom. And as a requirement for the lot, you have to have a sink. So I tried to pick like an outdoor off-the-grid sink. And here's me actually building the camp. Normally, the contestants build their camp in Survivor, but Sims can't really do that. So I just built something that looks similar to what contestants I've seen have built in the past. And normally they have like a thatched, slanted roof made out of like leaves and bark. So that's what that's representing. I really like those roof trims that go with the like thatched roof kind of look. It looks like they built it themselves. So I'm adding that back. And then need to have stairs up to their camp. And I was thinking about adding sleeping bags, but I don't know, they just didn't fit in. So I actually just had my Sims use the natural living skill to sleep on the ground. Then here we are building their campfire area where they're going to cook. That's a barbecue pit that comes with the Island Living pack. And just for some realism, I added a fishing post. The Sims didn't actually have time to fish during like my gameplay, but they did eat fish dinner every night, so it makes sense that they had a fishing area there. And then now I'm doing some terrain painting because they always show the contestants in Survivor walking along a path with a bunch of foliage around it and trees around it on their way to Tribal Council. So I'm trying to emulate that here. The path is going from their camp to Tribal. And I wasn't quite sure how to make it look like it looks in Survivor. So I was like, okay, maybe I put hedges all around along the pathway. But I ended up not liking how the hedges looked. Like the hedges just looked too neat for this like tropical island, deserted island thing that Survivor has going for it. So I think I figure out here that I don't like it. At first I was like maybe less, but I'm like no, just there are too many hedges. So then I'm just trying to pick out some tropical looking plants. I really like that big bush with the big leaves. That like really fits the theme. And that yellow flower is also really cool. And then I'm adding some different kinds of bushes and hedges just for some diversity. This part was probably the funnest part for me, weirdly enough, putting all of the bushes around here, because it really just brought the island to life and completed the look that I was going for. Of course, adding some more tiki torches because I need to have a lot of tiki torches to light up the island. And then those are just like some fish spawners that I put out in the water near the fishing area, just so while we're playing you can see fish jumping in and out of the water. Of course, gotta add palm trees. I'm trying to make like the tribal council area a little bit more separate from the camp area, because in actual Survivor, I think they travel to a totally different part of the island for tribal. But of course in The Sims, we only have one lot here and the island is relatively small. So trying to section off the areas with plants. And then gotta have a trash can. And then I'm just decorating this archery area. Archery was another challenge that I did. And it also is brand new with Adventure Awaits, so I thought it was cool to explore that. So yeah, and then some rocks just for some realism. Rocks always seem to complete like a garden area in The Sims. So they're important. They seem like they wouldn't be important, but rocks like make or break it. And then here I'm just adding some extra terrain paint. Like I'm trying to like diffuse the pathway, because the pathway is kind of made out of sandstone because I wanted it to blend in with the sand texture of this lot. And then I'm using some darker sand to be like more like walked over areas, or where the plants are growing out of, or maybe the areas are slightly damp. So yeah, this is almost the end here. So that wraps it up for this speed build. You can download this lot on the gallery. My username is Simblerine, the same here as it is on YouTube, and the lot is called Survivor Island. Please also check out my recreating Survivor in The Sims 4 video if you want to see the gameplay on this lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.